Before we start this episode, I'd like to take a minute to remember the wonderful souls whose life was lost and/or impacted by the senseless act of terrorism in Las Vegas. Las Vegas for our team holds a very special place in our hearts. We would like to send our thoughts and our prayers to the victims and their family and friends. We want you to know that you will always be remembered and that we would like to dedicate today's episode to them.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to GZT Tech, where we talk about tech that either I'm interested in or tech that we think that you should check out. And today, we have just that.
What comes after 5? You guessed it, 6. Today we're taking a look at the new GoPro Hero 6 Black, GoPro's new flagship camera that boasts a new custom designed processor, 4K at 60 frames per second, and 1080 at an astounding 240 frames per second. So without further ado, let's get into this. Now, I'm a very big GoPro fan like many of you, and when I saw this I was very impressed. The camera now finally had 4K at 60 FPS, 1080 at 240 FPS, higher dynamic range, better low light capabilities, and we can't forget the new GP1 processing chip developed by GoPro, which helps make all of this possible.
Alright, so here we have the camera itself, and let's go ahead and open up this box really quick, and then we get this quick little instruction guide showing you what to do with your GoPro, and then GoPro Care if you guys want to take a look at that. And then something that I was really surprised to see was the new GoPro stickers. Now they finally come in black, and that's something I was really excited about. So let's take care of these and put these away. And then we also get this little warranty safety instruction stuff. So there's that for you guys to read. And basically we get the same things that we always do. We have the mount, we have the GoPro battery, same as the Hero 5. We have the two mounts that we always get, and we have a USB-C to a USB Type-A connector, USB 3.0 cable for all of your data transfer needs. And then here's the Hero 6 and in its cage. And the skeletal housing. And then here we see, there's one thing I noticed is this little arrow is the only difference that I could tell from the Hero 5. But here's the Hero 6. I mean, holding it just feels like it's the Hero 5, to be honest. There's nothing that feels out of ordinary or out of place. Everything feels the same. So if we open this up, everything inside looks the same too. Same place for where the memory card goes, and same place where the battery goes. Let's go ahead and pop that in really quick and make sure that it's closed properly. And if we open up this side hatch, we have the micro HDMI and the USB Type-C cable where it connects to transfer data or charge. A quick little side note for those of you that don't know, you can also take this off gently and you can use it for charging purposes to connect it with something. And when you put it back on, just make sure that you do it gently, as the hinges can be a little weak. But once you get that back on, it's pretty convenient, and it makes it waterproof. Alright, let's go ahead and pop in the memory card. Make sure we close this back up also, and that's pretty much it. I mean, the Hero 6 is ready to go. And the only thing that we can tell that's different from the Hero 5 is where it says Hero 6 here on the side. On the Hero 5, it'll say Hero 5. But let's go ahead and power this on for the first time. And we are greeted by the Hero 6 logo. And it's going to take us straight to the setup screen on the back. And we can begin our setup process here.
Being a fan of GoPro doesn't mean that I didn't give other brands a shot. Before the Hero 6, I gave the Yi 4K Plus a shot because it was also capable of shooting 4K at 60 frames per second. I used the Yi 4K Plus as a secondary action camera while on my recent trip to Las Vegas. It was also a great vlogging rig to use if you guys are interested. Let's talk about the processing chip now in the GoPro Hero 6 called the GP1 chip. This is the new custom designed processing chip that runs the Hero 6. This is GoPro's first attempt at making their own chipset, and honestly, they've done a great job. Prior to this, they were forced to use other manufactured chips, which gave GoPro a limitation on what they can do with their devices. Now with their own processing chip, they were able to do so much more with things like higher frame rates, better dynamic range, improved low light performance, amazing stabilization, and so much more we will talk about. Another feature they added was HEVC. Let's talk about HEVC, or High Efficiency Video Codec, now incorporated in the Hero 6. H.265 is the new codec adopted by GoPro for more higher bitrate, accurate colors, better video, and less storage usage. H.265 is right about 78 megabits per second, whereas H.265 is at 60 megabits per second. The Hero 6 utilizes both H.265 and H.264, depending on which mode you choose. Again, all of this means improved video quality. One of the best features they added to the Hero 6 was the Electronic Image Stabilization, or EIS. The stabilization in the Hero 6 is very good. GoPro said that it could be compared to gimbal-like performances. Upon our testing, we can definitely say that those claims are true. This is all because of their redesigned stabilization. To stabilize, the camera crops in just a bit to use that little room for the adjustments needed in the motion of the camera. Another great thing that is improved is the FOV, or field of view. If we look at the Hero 5 and Hero 6 side by side, we can see that the cropping on the Hero 5 is at 10%, whereas on the 6 it's only 5%. Another great new feature GoPro's added to the Hero 6 is zoom capability. The Hero 6 now has something called touch zoom. Now, although this is not a traditional regular zoom, as the GoPro has a fixed lens, you do however have the ability to digitally zoom in, so if you move the slider up, you notice that you come in, but the more you zoom in, the more grain you end up having. Another new feature GoPro's added to the Hero 6 is the new 5 GHz Wi-Fi network for faster transfers. According to GoPro, it's now 3 times faster in transferring data. Now you may be wondering, all of these features sound great, but how is the battery life? With all of these neat features, something that is very important is battery life. I'm happy to report that this battery is the same one used in the Hero 5 and is the same 1220 mAh battery. Using all of these features will put a bit of a strain on the battery life, but it still comes out good. With so many ways to charge your GoPro through power banks, battery packs, and extra batteries from GoPro and third-party sellers, I really don't see an issue. When it comes to waterproofing, just like the GoPro Hero 5, the GoPro Hero 6 is also waterproof up to 33 meters. Let's talk about a feature in the GoPro Hero 6 called HDR. When it comes to photo and video, the Hero 6 captures them in HDR, which stands for High Dynamic Range. The colors are more vibrant and saturated straight out of the camera while offering an enhanced dynamic range. That dynamic range allows the Hero 6 to capture video in low light and fluctuating sunlight conditions. Now, considering this is an action camera, it definitely gets the job done for the low light situations. As an estimate, I would put the Hero 6 at about a stop to a stop and a half of extra dynamic range. The Hero 6 also has auto exposure. This is something that has been added to the Hero 6 and allows you to be able to move from an indoor scene to an outdoor scene. The transition that it makes from those scenes are amazing and super smooth. Let's take a look at voice recognition really quick. Both cameras can be voice operated, but when compared to the Hero 5, only the Hero 6 can turn on with voice command as long as it's been turned on within the last 8 hours. Afterwards, you're going to have to manually turn it on. The voice recognition feature supports up to 10 languages. When it comes to GPS, the Hero 6 also has GPS capabilities just like the Hero 5 does. It geotags your photos and videos and carries over important telemetry data. All of this sounds good, but it all comes down to price. Let's talk about price for a second. The GoPro Hero Black comes in at $499. That's $100 more than what the Hero 5 cost last year on its release. So if any of these features appeal to you, or if you're in the market for a new action camera and have the extra cash to shell out, then this is definitely a good contender. It all comes down to one main question. Is it worth it? To simply put it, yes. If you're upgrading from a Hero 3 or Hero 4, or just new to GoPro, then I say go for it. If you're on the Hero 5 wanting to know if it's worth upgrading, then even then I can say yes. The reason being because of the higher frame rates, amazing image quality, improved low light performance, better dynamic range, and the electronic image stabilization. You could wait for the price to drop, but I'm not going to hold my breath for that anytime soon. Being a fan of GoPro, I really feel that this should have definitely been the camera we got last year instead of the Hero 5. The reason we now believe is the development of the GP1 chip is what allowed all of these features to be present in the Hero 6. But nonetheless, this is an amazing GoPro and definitely an improvement over its siblings and competition. I really hope you guys enjoyed this in-depth review of the new GoPro Hero 6 Black, and if you did, a thumbs up would be highly appreciated, and if you guys want to see more content like this, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click on the bell to receive notifications of new videos. Until next time, this is GZT Tech. Peace.